Hello, this is Dawn of Spirit, and I'm going to do our weekly reading, and I'm trying to shuffle, and I'm just going to ask the cards to provide us some insight into the upcoming week, maybe just some things we need to be aware of, and maybe to help us think and recognize the signs from the universe, because sometimes we get so wrapped up in the day-to-day that we forget to look and listen and feel the signs and the intuition and just the gifts that we get from the universe every day. And we don't pay attention and we miss them. So just want us to be able to have a little heads up so that we recognize it and say, hey, I hear you loud and clear, universe. Oh, there's our first card. It's a knight. Okay. Got a lot of court cards and things lately, so let's see what comes out at the end here. Probably shuffle before I start the video, because I feel like sometimes it takes me a while to get these cards to jump, but maybe that just means that we're going to make sure we get the right message. Perhaps that is what it means. So, and there come two at a time. Okay, I think this one came first, maybe. So we got some major arcana cards. Okay. So, what are we trying to be told here? So our first card is the Knight, and it's the Knight of Pentacles. So knights are travelers. You know, they're carrying messages back and forth. And the Pentacles is often about money, possessions, just day-to-day, you know, task, hard work, you know, stuff like that. Let's look at him. So he's carrying the Pentacle. I mean, he's looking forward. He's looking out. He's going forward. He's fixing to travel. I know this is his saddle right there, but at first I thought that was a book. So, and it made me think like a journal, like, you know, writing things down, gratitude. So the Knight of Pentacles is usually dealing with being cautious and just almost slow to progress, like, you know, like the horse, he's standing still. He's standing still and he's looking out, like he's contemplating what to do. So, I just kind of get that this is saying just kind of slow down, you know, pull the brakes on for a minute and look at your path, look at your options that are ahead. And really be very cautious and very sensible about what you're going to do next. Like, this knight doesn't rush into things. Like, some of the knights are like charging in. So he's very cautious, and he's taking a moment to take it in, look at the big picture kind of thing, and then proceed. So just kind of take a little step back the first of the week maybe, and just kind of look at the situation. You know, kind of like when you walk in a room, you need to kind of stop and look around, you know, get bearings on your surroundings, you know, where are the exits, who are the people, you know, kind of get a feel for the room. I feel like he's kind of telling you to kind of stop and get a look at the big picture and then proceed. Like cautiously, sensibly make your move. Yeah, okay. So then we got the High Priestess, which is the major arcana. So she is telling you, well, let's see. So she's sitting, she's surrounded by the two pillars, you know, the black and white. I always think of like yin and yang, like she's very balanced. And then she's got the moon at her feet, like the moon is down here at her feet. And she's very just relaxed, like looks almost like she's got her, I don't know, I almost feel like she's got her legs crossed and she's just sitting there and maybe rocking that moon back and forth on her foot. And she's reading, you know, like she's looking at this scroll. So again, I feel like it's just kind of take a moment. Like this week's not going to be about the race, you know, movement. It's going to be about stopping to kind of reflect and make your decisions cautiously. Like really be sure you stop before you speak, before you move, before you take action. Really stop and think about it. And that's usually what the High Priestess is she's all about like taking a moment and kind of go within, using your intuition. She's almost about inaction. Like she's not an action person. She just kind of sits there, and it's almost like that inaction brings what she needs to her. So you know, the universe will provide what you need if you just sit back and think about it. You know, it's almost like when you just sit down and think, like go within, really decide what you want. And then you you'll attract that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense, but you know, it's not always about going and grabbing. Sometimes you just need to stop and the universe will provide. Like it'll give you what you need if you just stop and listen. Kind of like we were saying with the night, we're going to stop and listen, take in the big picture. So I think that's continuing, and you know, just kind of slowing down and stopping, and it'll come. It'll all work out, and it'll be, you know, it'll be for the best because we didn't rush it and we didn't. It's truly what's meant to be because it came to us. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. Okay, and then the last one was the Sun. So this is another Major Arcana card, and this one, I don't know, this one always kind of makes me smile because you've got the Sun, obviously, and you've got this little person, you know, baby. And he's on a horse, and he's got his arms out, he's got his legs out, he's not holding on, he's carefree. His little blanket is flying in the air, and he's just like hanging on, you know, just hanging out and just having the time of his life. And the horse is just kind of sitting there like, okay, whatever. Like the horse is not really moving, doesn't look like. But I just always feel like the Sun's about just enjoying what's happening. You know, just, I don't know, you know, just taking it in and just being happy. I mean, it's just that card is just pure happiness. I mean, that's all I can get from that. The baby is so happy and so happy to be there. And whatever happened before apparently was successful. And I mean, he's just like down to nothing. I mean, he's naked. So, you know, I'm not saying run around naked on the back of a horse, but, you know, that feeling, that freedom that comes with just being happy in the moment. You're not thinking, you're not planning, you're just happy. You're just glad to be here. You're soaking in the sun, you're soaking in nature, the freedom of being on a horse and just being carefree, just so carefree. Like everything's fine. Like all is well. All is well in the world. It'll be what it'll be. And that's the best thing for you. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like this week is all about slowing down, taking in the big picture, really think about what you want, and then just sit back and think it, speak it, do your affirmations, and just sit back and wait. You put your thoughts out there, you put your wants out there, and the universe will bring them back to you. And it will be so plentiful that you will be able to do nothing but be happy. And it will be that happiness that only comes from finding your truth and finding your true happiness. And the only way you can find true happiness is to really go within and figure out what the heck that is. And then you just let the universe provide. And it will come to you. That is deep. Okay, yeah. So I think that's our reading for the week. So take a moment and just bask in the sun and the glory of all this that you've manifested basically in your life. So enjoy this week. It's going to be a good one. Okay, so this is Donna Spirit, and I will see you next week.